VicFire, Loch Sport, Tanker 2.
Loch Sport, Tanker 2, send.
VicFire, Loch Sport, Tanker 2, responding to tree fire in Longford.
Roger, Loch Sport, Tanker 2. They're saying it's starting to spread into scrub and heading towards a paddock. It's about 2 kilometres south of Seacombe, and the farm that it appears to have started in is loaded with tea tree and bracken.
Well received. VicFire, on Beach, Tanker 1, turning out to RAAF fire, Longford, Loch Sport Road, Seacombe Road, crew of 2, over.
Roger, Golden Beach, Tanker 1. It's about 2 kilometres south of Seacombe. It started in a farm that's laden with tea tree and bracken, heading towards scrub and towards an open paddock. It looks like air is responding. Do you want to nominate a fire ground channel so I can let them know what it is once they come up on air?
Golden Beach, Tanker, yes, I think our fire ground channel is 230, I think, but I'll confirm that shortly. Over.
Roger, thanks, Golden Beach, Tanker.
VicFire, Longford Tanker.
Longford, Tanker, send.
Longford Tanker's turning out to tree fire at Seacombe, travelling code 1.
Roger, Longford Tanker. It's about 2 kilometres south of Seacombe, and it's in an area laden with tea tree and bracken, spreading into the scrub and heading towards a paddock, open paddock, and air will be responding.
Copy that. VicFire, Stradbroke Group Comms.
Stradbroke Group Comms, send.
VicFire, can you notify them the fire ground channel will be 323?
Roger, thanks, Stradbroke Group Comms. Out to you, Golden Beach Tanker.
Golden Beach Tanker, copy that.
Roger. Loch Sport Tanker 2, the fire ground channel will be 323. Roger, out to you, Longford Tanker. Did you read across? Longford Tanker, once you're on scene, fire ground channel will be 323.
VicFire, Golden Beach Captain, message.
Golden Beach Captain, send.
Roger, VicFire, I'm responding in a private vehicle to tree fire on Seacombe Road.
Roger, Golden Beach Captain. It's about 2 kilometres south of Seacombe, in an area of tea tree and bracken, spreading into scrub and heading towards an open paddock, and air support will be responding. And Golden Beach Captain, the fire ground channel nominated is 323.
Roger.
Bird 304, VicFire message. Firebird 304, VicFire message. Nothing heard.
Fire, Telefier.
Telefier, shower send.
You know, that's got a fairly strong southeasterly behind it down at Seacombe there, probably 10 to 15, maybe 20, and building quite quickly.
Roger, thanks, Mount Telefier Tower. Out to you, Golden Beach Captain. Did you read across?
VicFire, Golden Beach Captain. You've copied that. I can see from Longford, Loch Sport Road, a fair plume of black smoke.
Roger.
Golden Beach Captain, message.
Golden Beach Captain, send.
Roger, VicFire, would you be able to tell me whether Loch Sport FCV has turned out?
That's negative, Golden Beach Captain. Do you want me to page it?
Affirmative, please.
Roger.
This is Stradbroke Group Officer.
Stradbroke Group Officer, send.
The Group FCV will be turning out in about 10.
Roger, thanks for that.
Golden Beach Captain, copied.
Roger. Out to you, Firebird 304, VicFire message. Firebird 304, VicFire message.
VicFire, Golden Beach Tanker 1 on the scene. Word back from Lieutenant Gilbert. Fire's not under control. Grass and scrub's not under control. Make tankers 5. Over.
Roger, we're back from Lieutenant Gilbert over grass and scrub fire not yet under control. Make tankers 5. And did you want to make that Seacombe control?
Correct, yes. Yes, please. Thanks.
Roger.
On scene. VicFire, Loch Sport Tanker 2 on scene. And going to channel 323.
Roger, Loch Sport Tanker 2. Golden Beach Captain.
Right, send.
Golden Beach Captain, I'm aware you're not on scene as yet. I've got Ops Officer Barr on the phone asking if air support is still required. I can't raise the control point. Would you be able to find out for me once you get on scene?
From what I can see from my location, it has got a fair bit of steam behind it, but I should be there within 5.
Roger, thanks.
VicFire, Loch Sport Captain.
Loch Sport Captain, send.
Loch Sport Captain, I think we should arrange for the air support.
Roger, thanks, Loch Sport Captain.
In seconds.
That
Golden Beach, Captain.
Stand by, Loch Sport, Captain. Loch Sport Tanker 1, it's about 2 k's south of Seacombe. We've got the Seacombe control, and once you book on scene, 5 Grand Channel 323.
Seacombe control. There's an access gate on the Loch Sport side of the fire. It's already open, ready to go. Over.
Roger. Out to you, Longford Tanker, VicFire message.
The receiver last.
Roger, thanks. And Loch Sport Tanker.
Loch Sport Tanker, send.
Loch Sport Tanker, there's an access gate on the Loch Sport side of the fire that's open for your access.
Roger that. Now I need permission to talk to Golden Beach, Captain.
Roger, go ahead.
Loch Sport Captain, Golden Beach Captain.
Loch Sport Captain, go ahead.
Yeah, Loch Sport Captain. Well, I think we should go ahead and get the fire support while we can.
Yeah, Roger Dennis, you've called it, and let's hope that Peter can arrange it.
Roger that. I should call VicFire and let him know. Roger that, thanks.
VicFire, Golden Beach Captain.
Golden Beach Captain, we've let Alps Officer Barr know that you do want the air support. He was in touch with Forest Fire Management and dealt with, and they were wanting to know.
Yep, Roger that, thank you.
Tower 5004, Sales Tower. 5004 is Squirrel Helicopter just below airborne out of Bansdale. We've got 2 bombers as well. We're responding to a fire Seacombe that's smoking to sea. We're just looking for airway clearance into Seacombe at this time.
5004, copy. Contact cell approach 123.3.
123.3. Sail approach 5004.
5-8 call sign, calling approach, say again.
Approach 5034, a Squirrel Helicopter in company with 2 bombers. We just would like permission to come into the smoke there at Seacombe, please, for fire.
5-8-304, squawk 6466.
And East Vale approach, bomber 362, the first of the air tractors. This time we're in company with Firebird 304. Do you have a squawk code for us, sir?
5-8-304 identified. Remain outside Class ESA standby clearance.
Remain outside airspace, and I've got 1 bomber just in front. I've got the visual. Remain outside airspace. Approach 5034.
304. Cleared to enter Romeo 391, not above 1,000.
Enter in, but not above 1,000. 5034.
Sail approach, g'day, bomber 361.
361 sail approach, squawk 4672. Remain outside, controlled airspace standby for clearance.
4672.
62 copies that, we'll remain outside, waiting for
Squawk code.
Bomber 362, squawk 4655.
362.
61 confirms squawking at 4672.
Bomber for 361.
Approach 5034.
04 standby, break, bomber 361, squawk 4672.
4672.
Sail approach 5034.
5-304 approach.
Just request that I want a bit of separation from the bombing place. Can I go up to 1,500?
5-304, cleared not above 1,500.
Into 1,500, not above 1,500.
Fire, Loch Sport, FCB, on way, over.
VicFire, Golden Beach Captain, permission to talk to Seacombe Control.
Roger, go ahead.
Seacombe Control, Golden Beach Captain. VicFire, Golden Beach Captain, message.
Golden Beach Captain, then.
Roger, VicFire, we appear to have air support overhead now.
Roger, thanks, Golden Beach Captain.
VicFire, Seacombe Tanker.
VicFire Tanker, send.
Here to job at Loch Sport, Longford Road, Seacombe, drill 3.
Roger, Seacombe Tanker. It's about 2 k's south of Seacombe. We've got a Seacombe control and 5 Grand Channel 323. The best access is on a gate on the Loch Sport side of the fire, which is open. We've had a call from a property owner also saying there's a gate at 3215 Longford Loch Sport Road that's open and available for brigades. I'm not sure if it's one and the same.
Copy that. VicFire, this is Stratbroke FCV.
Stratbroke FCV, thanks.
Can I have permission to talk with Golden Beach Captain?
Roger, go ahead.
Golden Beach Captain from Stratbroke FCV. Do you copy, Paula?
Yep, Roger John, I've got you.
Yeah, go ahead, Paul. I was just inquiring, do you need the group quick fill?
I think negative at this stage. We've all got quick fills on board. I'll just try and source. I'm in my private vehicle though, John, but a little bit difficult. I'm just waiting for for Loch Sport FTV to come. We can't hold at Golden Beach, so that's a bit of a worry.
Yeah, Roger, Paul. We're turning out now with a crew of 2.
Roger. Longford Tanker, Golden Beach Captain.
Good tanker receiving.
Yes, that's you coming up behind me. Can you stop around about now and get that fire that's there?
VicFire, this is Stradbroke FCV turning out to the Seacombe fire.
What is Stradbroke FCV?
Golden Beach Captain, Firebird 304. Is anyone down there at the Seacombe fire listening out on channel 510?
Firebird 304, Golden Beach Captain.
Yeah, so we're buzzing around overhead. We've got 2 bombers working with us. Now there is a small spot fire at the sort of northwestern extent of this fire that's on the northern side of a small gravel road. Yeah, so we're dealing with that at the moment. I've just noticed too there are a bunch of beehives there that are right at the head of the fire, so not looking very good for them, I'd say. Over.
Yep, Roger. I've got the landowner here. He wants to do some stock out. They're on the easterly edge. So I'll ask him about the bees, but I'm just waiting for an SCV to come now so I can get in.
VicFire, Longford Tanker.
Longford Tanker, then.
To the main sort of T intersection in the track. They're about sort of halfway along the flank at the moment. They'll be able to see the beehives there and be able to decide if they're able to protect them. They're really not, that tanker's really not doing much where it is at the moment. And we'll just try and stop it from crossing the dirt track.
Roger, Firebird 304. Have you got an real ID on that tanker?
We're on the wrong side of the fire at the minute. Just give us a moment.
Longford Tanker, then. The tanker VicFire message.
Hi, this is Forest Fire Management, Victoria, Hayfield, IMT. Do you have a fireground channel for that Seacombe fire?
Affirmative, it's 323.
304.
Firebird 304, then.
Look, if your tankers can come up towards the head of the fire, there are multiple small spots now that have just crossed over the gravel road. You may be able to do something with some of those. Anyway, it's worth a look-see. I wouldn't worry too much about that eastern flank at this stage.
Roger, and are you aware of the fireground channel of 323?
2-3. Okay, I'll change to that.
Roger, and out to you, Golden Beach Captain. Did you read across?
Was it?
Golden Beach Captain, from the Firebird 304, the tanker should go to the head of the fire. It's just crossed where it's just crossed the gravel road, and don't worry too much about the eastern flank at this stage.
Roger, we'll deploy those tankers. The Sport FCV's just turned up, so I'll be able to access.
Roger, thanks.
VicFire, this is Sea Spray Ultralight.
Sea Spray Ultralight, then.
Sea Spray Ultralight turning out to the fire at Seacombe.
Roger, Sea Spray Ultralight. Once you've on scene, it's fireground channel 323.
Copy, thank you.
Come up towards the head of the fire and have a look if they can do a bit of direct attack on the running edge up there. Here's the helicopter. The Firebirds are always helicopters, and you need to talk to one of the bombers. They're called bombers, so they're bomber 361 and 362. But if you've got instructions for them, I can relay to them. Over. I can see 3 tankers on the east side. They're all well clear, and one that's gone more sort of westerly side of the fire, and I think the track. They've sort of gone in a bit too far for the tankers to be able to tackle now.
So we'll just keep on those, try and slow it down as best we can with the aircraft, and probably the tankers the best really to go back to that eastern flank where they can be most at least they've got access there to some of the edge, you know. Well, look, I'd say you've got you've probably got at least half an hour before it pops out there, and we'll try and slow that down with the aircraft. We have got a larger firebombing helicopter on the way, a little bit more accurate handle on it later on, but at this stage, that's what I'd say. Now they're saying that the dozer is on its way to you, but it's probably still about an hour away. I don't know, I guess you might want to think about traffic control and safety along the bitumen road too, whether the trees that have been burnt there are at any risk of falling over. I see there's still plenty of traffic going up and down the road. Over. Might want to sort of assess some of the condition of some of those trees. So I'll get back to you. Clear.
Sport, Seacombe Road, the Seacombe Fire.
Roger, Sea Spray Tanker, Fire Ground Channel 323.
VicFire, Stradbroke FCV is now on scene. Over.
Roger, Stradbroke FCV, Fire Ground Channel 323.
Thanks, VicFire. Right, this is Golden Beach Tanker 2.
Golden Beach Tanker 2, send.
VicFire, this is Golden Beach Tanker 2, heading out to the Loch Sport Longford Fire in Seacombe.
Roger, Golden Beach Tanker 2. Once you get on scene, it's Fire Ground Channel 323.
Should that VicFire?
Beach Captain, 50304. I'm thinking with our next couple of loads of FOS check, I don't think there's much point trying to stop it coming right out to the edge of the pasture. But we'll put some FOS check there right on that point, so that just on the grassy side of the road, so that when it does get there, that there's less likelihood.
VicFire, this is Golden Beach Tanker 2.
Golden Beach Tanker 2, send.
VicFire, this is Golden Beach Tanker 2, now on scene.
Roger, Fire Ground Channel 323.
Roger, VicFire.
We won't stop it coming out to the road, but we'll try and stop it from crossing the road if you're with me. Over. Bigger helicopter's not too far off, then we'll be able to sort of start working on the, more directly on the flanks of the fire and just sort of working our way along the edge.
Salvo, send.
Can we just confirm it's the collar tank trailer that's been requested from Taylor?
That's affirmative.
Acknowledge, we'll be sending out in a few minutes.
Roger.
VicFire, Seacombe Control, word back.
Seacombe Control, send.
Roger, VicFire, word back from Seacombe Control. Over non-structure fire, not yet under control.
Roger, Seacombe Control. We already have it as a grass and scrub fire, not yet under control. Do you want to leave it at that or change it to a non-structure?
That's fine, leave it at that. Sit rep to follow.
Roger, I'll take the sit rep from the Golden Beach Captain. Still grass and scrub fire, still not yet under control, and send with any further.
Roger, we have a grass and scrub fire travelling in a northerly direction of approximately 12 hectares. We have 5 CFA tankers, a DELP tanker, a couple of DELP crews, 2 FCVs, a fixed wing, and a chopper on scene.
Roger, Sitrep Golden Beach Captain, still not yet under control. Fire travelling in a northerly direction, approximately 12 hectares, 5 CP tankers on scene. You have a DELP tanker, a couple of DELP crews, 2 FCVs, 1 fixed wing, and chopper on scene.
Correction, 2 choppers.
Roger, 2 choppers on scene. In relation to DELP, that was just the 1 tanker?
Roger, VicFire, we have 2 DELP Unimogs and 1 tanker.
Inquiry from police, do you want them to block the entire road?
Yep, that would be good for the present time, and we'll notify as soon as we think it's safe.
Roger, I'll pass it on.
Roger, thank you.
VicFire, Selby Field.
Sally CV, send.
VicFire, Selby Field, turning out code 3 with the collar tank trailer to Seacombe.
Roger, Selby Field.
It has got a little bit more work to do there right next to the track. Now, your crews are okay to sort of drive through there, so long as they're not getting out of the vehicle and doing stuff in the bush there where where the pilot won't see them. So if you need to drive through, just wait till he departs and shoot past the head of the fire if you need to. But we'll be finished with that track area soon and be starting to work down that western flank. Does that sound okay to you?
VicFire, Bragolong FCV.
Bragolong FCV, thanks.
Bragolong FCV is responding to the Seacombe fire with catering.
Roger, Bragolong FCV. Once you get closer, they're on Fireground Channel 323. Roger to that, VicFire.
Fixed-wing bombers on the southern, that most active sort of southern flank of the fire. They're going to be working from that middle track that cuts through the middle of the fire, working back towards the point of origin. So there's no ground crew in there at this stage that I can see. So the helicopter will be working right up near the edge, up near where you guys are on that most sort of westerly dirt track. The fixed wings will be further east along that southern flank, working back towards the point of origin. Over. The headfire is now looking pretty quiet. The whole northern flank of the fire, the sort of first third of that flank, has no running edge where it's come out onto the cleared country. The bit that's in the scrub still has running edge, but is nowhere near as active as the southernmost flank. Over.
VicFire, it'll be Phil message.
Big Phil sends.
Can we confirm Fireground Channel 232?
Negative, it's 323.
Oh, acknowledged, then you can mark us on scene as well.
What's the Big Phil?
I'll give you a call, see how you're getting on down there, and if you're happy with what we're doing for you at the moment. The FOS check that we're putting on in the middle of the southern flank seems to be holding okay, and we've still got the Helitac aircraft sort of water bombing, the Helitac helicopter water bombing on the head of the fire. Just wanted to confirm whether or not you've actually got any people on the ground on that southern flank, like in off the tracks, any, I don't know, unimogs or dozers or anything like that we haven't seen in the smoke, just to make sure there's no conflict there. Over. On a track, or are they stopping the fire getting pretty close to it? So when you've got a tanker back down towards the point of origin, probably need to do a little bit of work along the power line there. Over. The fire's probably only 3 or 4 metres away from the next wooden pole. Over. Alright, just wanted to confirm you haven't got any people on the ground there on that southern flank in the bush itself, on the fire edge. Over. I would like you to confirm that area is clear, because we're leaving back to go to Bensal for fuel, so the Helitac and the fire bomber will continue working on that southern edge. I just wanted to make sure it's all okay for them. Over. Okay, thanks, Paul. We'll keep the Helitac working on the sort of westernmost end towards the head of the fire, and the bomber will be working more in the middle of the fire from where that track goes through the middle of the fire, sort of back along that southern flank towards the ocean. And I understand the dozer is still probably sort of 15 minutes away. Over. That might be right too. I haven't seen it. I was just told it was 20 minutes away, and that was about 5 minutes ago. So they might have got here sooner. I'll leave you with it, and we'll be back soon. See you.
VicFire, Seacombe Control, Sidret.
Seacombe Control, send.
Roger, VicFire, Sidret from Golden Beach Captain. We have two choppers, 2 Firebirds working on this fire, plus a fixed wing, and they will remain working for some time. We have 2 bulldozers that have now arrived. The fire is now just punching through on the southwest edge.
Roger, sit rep from Golden Beach Captain. You've got 2 choppers working on the fire with a fixed wing, and they'll remain for some time. 2 dozers have arrived, and the fire is now just punching through on the southwest edge.
Roger.
VicFire, Stradbroke Group FCV.
Stradbroke Group FCV, Sam.
Could you organise the DMOs to come down to the Seacombe fire? We've got the Golden Beach Tanker 1 with a flat fire.
Oh, the VMO to attend location, Golden Beach Tanker 1 with a flat tyre. Can I have a contact number, please?
304. Right at the moment, and I just thought I heard a bit of traffic while we were coming in talking about spots. Have you got places that are causing you some trouble? Over. Hey, understood, and I'm just looking for your dozers. The dozers arrived and started work at all? Over. That southern edge is obviously the one with the most activity this time. Over. Righto. Okay, well, I think the most useful thing we can do is just work with the helitack sort of in maybe just in the front of the dozer on the southern flank, just to do any cooling down that's needed to make it work a bit easier, sort of thing. Over. Fairly acute angle to the road at the edge of the fire. You know, it's probably a bit less than sort of takes off a bit less than a 30-degree angle. You know, it might be just as well to square it up, sort of thing, and let it burn out to the road. Trouble is, you've got all those wooden power poles along the road and all the hazard tree issues along the road and stuff like that you then got to deal with. So I'll just have a bit of a closer look and see whether you're better to go direct or bring it out to the road somewhere. Go along the fire edge, and Land Cruiser utes that are working their way along the power line next to the Bitumen Road, and just right where they are, there's a track that takes off at right angles to the Bitumen Road, an old track through the scrub that, you know, that might be the best place to try and stop the fire. Just brush that track up and widen it, and let that whole wedge burn out. It'll increase the size of the fire by about a third and give you more control line along the power line that you're going to have to look after. But it's an alternative to going direct. Over. On an old track that goes through the bush, we're just going to try and get a line of fog check at right angles to the Bitumen Road to try and cut it off through the scrub, and so we're just hovering to give him a line-up point. The track is more or less directly underneath us.
Breakalong FCV. Breakalong FCV. VicFire Breakalong FCV on scene. Roger.
Good, and we did have a plan in mind for an internal track, which we thought we might be able to use for the bush, but well, that's I guess that's your call on the ground, whether you want to work along the power line or that track that runs parallel to the road and the power lines, but is a bit further in. I think given you got that power line track already prepared, I don't know, I'd be inclined to just stick with that, but anyway, that's your call. But basically, keep going along the power line to where your dozer has turned to running along the, I think there's a fence line there, rather than that internal boundary.
I think that's VicFire, Seacombe Road Control, Secret.
Seacombe Road Control Center.
Secret from Golden Beach Captain. The fire has travelled in a southerly direction over the past maybe half an hour. All stealth units will be leaving the fire ground by 11 p.m. to return at 7 a.m. morning.
Seacombe Control, your transmission was a little broken. Have a situation report from Golden Beach Captain. The fire has travelled in a southerly direction over the past 30 minutes. All Delta units will be leaving the fire ground by 2300 hours, and they will be returning at 0700 hours tomorrow. Is that all correct?
Yeah, Roger, the fire at present is approximately 67 hectares in size.
Roger, Seacombe Control, the fire is approximately 67 hectares in size.
Affirmative.
And Seacombe Control, can I just confirm that Loch Sport tanker and sea spray ultralight are both on scene there?
Yeah, Roger, that's affirmative.
Roger, thanks.
VicFire District 10 Headquarters.
District 10 Headquarters then.
Yeah, VicFire District 10 Headquarters. Are you able to check with Seacombe Control and just confirm whether or not this is still a grass and scrub fire, not yet under control, just its current status?
Roger, after you Seacombe Control, VicFire message.
VicFire send.
The Region 10 Headquarters, just wanting to know the current status. Is it still not yet under control?
Yep, sorry, I didn't put a word back in. Yep, word back from Golden Beach Captain of a grass and scrub fire, not yet under control.
Roger, word back from Golden Beach Captain, grass and scrub fire, still not yet under control. Out to you, Region 10 Headquarters, copy.
Roger, VicFire, thanks very much.
VicFire, Seacombe Control, sit rep.
Seacombe Control, send.
VicFire, sit rep from Golden Beach Captain. We have active edge on the eastern side. We've released police, all delp crews, and bulldozers have now left the scene. We will leave a caretaker crew here overnight, and I'll be releasing the others shortly.
Right, Sit Rep Golden Beach Captain, you've got an active edge on the eastern side. You release police, delp and bulldozers and have a caretaker crew remaining overnight.
Yeah, Roger, VicFire, all correct. The strike team 1004 will be coming in around about 9 o'clock. Delp crew will be coming in around 7:30.
That's in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning?
Sorry, yep, 0900 hours, and Delp will be coming in at 0730 hours.
Roger, thanks. Now, I've still got a not yet under control status on that. Can we change it to a person under control or similar?
Yeah, I'm quite happy to put under control word back.
Roger, word back from Golden Beach Captain, grass and scrub fire under control.
Affirmative.